Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm actually going to do a short video here. This is how this works in this train wreck of a person's life. It's like I'm trying to put together one video, but in doing so, I'm trying to pull research from these other videos, and then I'll run into other stuff, and I'm like, oh. Okay. So in this one, I'm going to play some of the clips from the H3H3 podcast. Because I ran into this. I was actually researching some of the stuff she's done with the relationships like this. But if you pay attention, we all know the 5%, gate that happened. But I brought up this David Dobrik and Jason Nash episode of the Frenemies. This is from back in February. And Ethan is showing her the product line, the merch line that they're about to launch for the Frenemies. And I thought it was interesting, this conversation that they're having about the income for the merch and stuff, and her reaction. I'm just going to let it play through. I might skip ahead in a couple seconds there's some interesting stuff in this podcast, and I don't think this woman understands, especially some of the other things she's been producing here lately, that is just nerve-wracking, where she's acting like she's the victim and she doesn't understand why she's getting all this hate. And if I hear this woman say past one more time, this is in my past, this was in my past, oh, look how far along in my past. I don't know what your definition of past is, folks, but I mean, I would think it would stretch more than a couple weeks, couple months, same year. She'd love to act like this happened when she was 22, but we're talking about shit that happened in 2021. Anyway, okay, as you can notice in their record. So here we go. Well, what happens when he talks about this merch line and her not even knowing she was even going to get any money from that? But, his selfish ass with the 5%.
Would you thought I was just going to pocket it all?
I'm done. I'm not going to
Oh my God. You know what? Your cut is out. It's all. I'm keeping it all.
I would have gotten pink at me.
I'm going to go back a little
That's
bit.
what you do for
I
merch.
promise you that no matter what, this hoodie is going to be really nice. Really, really nice.
I love it.
So that's fun. That's exciting. Everybody's been wanting this, so here it is. It's coming. Give us a few months. If this show lasts for a few, it's going to be crazy if we get in a huge fight and then we have all this clothes.
But it'd be like limited edition. You know what I mean?
Talk about putting stuff in the look. That's foreshadowing there.
I mean, like people would be like, "Oh, remember that time when Frenemies was a
Right.
thing?"
It's true. I think
It'd be like a collector's item.
people will still buy it. Like rest in peace, Frenemies. The
Oh
rest
my
in
God.
peace, Frenemies drop.
When the show ends, that's what you do for merch.
I promise you that no matter what happens, I'll still give you your cut.
I get a cut of it?
Of course.
You never told me that.
What do you think? I'm just making a bunch of money off Frenemies?
Now, again, the gaping mouth hole here when he says she's going to give her cut of the merch. This is in February of this year. Trisha paid us of this year. We're not talking about ancient Greece here. We're talking about this year, where she's shocked that she's going to get money from the merch. Okay.
Of course, I'm giving you a cut.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
I feel bad that you even thought that we were going to pocket all the money.
I felt bad that I don't know. I felt like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing something that involves me with their brand. I felt so honored.
And if you're wondering, I do closed caption because this chick speaks like she's got a cattle prod up her ass. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with how fast she speaks. You all know.
I thought it was an honor. I didn't think it was going to get money for it.
That's how Jeffrey got you when he used your name. Of course we're going to give you money. This is our project.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm so excited. I should set up a photo shoot. Maybe I'll do a music video for it. I'm so excited now. This is so cool.
Of course we're giving you a cut.
Because it's your people and your resources and the
Please pay attention to what she's saying here now, because it's like your people and your resources.
even this was your design,
your design.
Of course.
Oh my God, should we do a photo shoot? Okay, how about
Yeah.
Again, your people, your resources, your design.
Remember on Rock of Love when they each did a photo shoot for Bret Michaels? We should each produce our own photo shoot for each other, for frenemies. You would do it how you would do your photo shoot.
Sounds like a lot of work.
No, but then I can make us emo rock stars.
I guess we can turn it into an episode, turn it into content.
Maybe I'll give you an emo wig, half black, half pink. And
that
give you
sounds
some
fun.
you know what I mean? Looky
Wow.
that'd be so fun.
Okay.
And maybe we'd be on trash cans and with paint splattered, pink and black paint,
holy shit,
to promote it.
I can't believe you didn't think that I was gonna give you a cut. That's shocking to me.
That's shocking to me that you would. You're so I'm fine with that.
It's
whatever.
not.
And That,
This is our thing.
Yeah, but you're very like, I started this. I put up all the money for the thing. It's in my house.
I started this. Okay, first comment, but then I put up all the money. Okay, when you have a business, right? When you go into a business venture and you're a bit, this is my issue with all these people that scream socialism and everybody should share all their money. Okay, that's fine and dandy when you're talking about some millionaire that started up a startup company that has become successful, and you're over here sitting here working at Mickey D's and you don't understand how business works. When you start a business, you are rolling the dice on a crap table. Okay. That is just how it is. You can think it can be the most successful business out there, but you never really know. So these people that put up all this money, say the CEO, the guy that started the company, he could have had to roll $2 million into leasing the space or buying a couple pieces of equipment just to get him off the ground. Up to, I mean, we're talking about could be millions, 10 million, whatever it is. The first initial investment to try and start the company and get it off the ground. You're talking the first couple, 2, 3, 4 years, you can be in the red, which means you're not making a dime worth of profit. Just ask anybody in the restaurant business where you're in the red and you're not making any profit. You're sinking money into this business, hoping that it will give you returns 3, 4, 5 years in. So yes, there's a risk put to that. So all these people that complain about these people that become successful and make millions out of their business, listen, they're the ones that took the risk in the beginning. When employees go in and work for that person, they're guaranteed a job and hours, and here's your paycheck. The person running that business can have a shitty couple months and not bring anything in a profit margin, but they still have to pay their employees. They don't get to walk out on the floor and say, "Oops, sorry guys, we're in the red this month. None of you are getting paid," because they can go to jail. So I just had to highlight that because she says you put up all the money like it's just a castaway thing, like not a big deal. You invested $70,000 into the set. Again, this series could have been a flop, especially a gamble on this woman that's so controversial. But I continue.
My people, my resources.
I'm not like that.
But not in a bad way. I get it.
Wait, how am I like that? I
Not in a bad way. I get it.
I split everything with you.
Yeah, true.
I split everything with you very quietly. Yeah, true.
Including the merch, which you thought I was just going to pocket it all.
I'm done. I'm not going to
argue. Oh my God. You know what?
I'm done. I'm not going to argue. Yeah. Wait for about 4 months.
Your cut is out. It's all. I'm keeping it all.
I would have gotten pink. Maybe I'll get pink and black nails for our friend of me. I'm very excited about this. Wow. Holy shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's going to be awesome.
We're going to be baller. We're going to get the house in Maui sooner than we thought.
Yeah. You guys. That's right, girl.
It's about to get a little worse here in a second. Where there's some interesting things said here in a minute.
We actually don't make that much on Frenemies because we have to split it, just FYI for people. I don't know. People think I'm like baller from.
Look at his face when she says that. We don't actually make that much on Frenemies because we have to split it. Look at his face.
Frenemies. I'm not that baller.
Wow, we do good on Frenemies.
I mean, we make more. This is not our main income. I mean, it's fun. I love it. But
dude, we're killing it over here.
Okay, yeah.
Are you playing it down? No. You good. You are balling.
No, but we're not making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, like,
No, if we had more sponsors, we would. But they're starting to come in.
Thank you, Adam and Eve, for sponsoring.
Yeah, thank you. Hey.
And they're about to get into the fact that this woman comes over here on this set to this person's place once a week. And you want to talk about, she's doing all this me and meditation stuff and bringing positivity in. I have not seen a more ungrateful person in all my life that has a Bentley. Yeah, I choked on that one. And lives in a mansion, $1 million mansion, and then talks like it's piss-ons to make thousands of dollars for an hour's worth of work.
No, dude, I don't want to say but I sent you a pretty fat check last month.
Yeah. Well, I thought it'd be fatter, actually, because it was December.
Are you kidding me? You thought it would be fatter? When I was calculating, and this is just AdSense, this is just YouTube AdSense, I had to do a double take. I was like, no, that can't be right. You thought it'd be fatter?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can I say how much it is?
No, we are not taggy.
Now, he was willing to right there disclose how much they're making on Frenemies. She's the one that told him to keep his mouth shut. If she thinks it's such frivolous money, if it's really not that much, Why is she the one wanting to silence him on telling everybody how much it is? Because then they'll get to see what she thinks is pocket change.
Well,
I'm wearing Teddy Fresh, so don't even come for me.
no, I'm not coming for you.
I thought
But
you
I
were
can't believe
like,
you're complaining. I was shocked. I was like, holy fuck. How much did you expect to get? You were just doing a podcast. You come here once a week. I mean,
That was
Jesus.
explosive. That gave a lot of like emotion.
Now this is where she's going to say, now she's going to use her to think this person is so daft that they're out there right now can't understand why she's so controversial and people do not want to forgive her because she doesn't change. It's all a stage and she's living on it. It's all an act. Everything's an act this person does. Why can I say that? Because nothing changes. She doesn't change. She tries to utilize whatever's going on in her life as clickbait to get more views and then trash everybody else that does it or says negative things about other people that do what she does at a fraction of the expense of other people.
I got triggered a bunch. I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll get a bigger paycheck, but it didn't work.
She got triggered, so she thought she'd get a bigger paycheck. Well, look at the look. Let me pause that at a beautiful spot.
Oh.
Back to having good mental health this month.
What? What are you talking about? You're saying you tried to shame me into paying you more?
No, I'm saying I think I let myself be triggered more for the paycheck, for the scandal, for the controversy.
The scandal, for the controversy. Which,
Moses, you know how much you got paid, right? Yes. That's amazing, isn't it? Okay, don't. What? Oh my God! Now I have to.
Yeah, you thought
her channel alone.
it was like triple that.
Well, good for her.
he said her channel alone was like triple that. Now, again, remember how much content she puts out every day on her channel versus how much she goes over here and films this podcast. Maybe they're a perfect couple. I don't know. Their concept of reality of how much work goes into something versus the pay you get back. Are we living on the same fuck? I feel like I need to bring up a screenshot of the galaxy and we need to pick out what planet they're living on. Because I don't know. If you work an hour and you make this much versus if you work 10 hours, then you make this much. Are we all on the same page?
No, but what I'm saying, I have you to thank too, because I remember I did all those H3 videos. Like they fucking.
Now, look what she did. A moment of honesty here. I have you to thank because remember I did all those H3 videos. Like they effing suck. She's saying that she got that. Moses just shouted from the sidelines how massive her channel was because she used the controversy with H3 as clickbait to get more views to get a bigger check. Are we following here? Anybody in the back need me to repeat what's happening right now?
Which I was actually pissed at you. Like I really was pissed at you guys. I should take them down now. It doesn't matter. That's over.
Whatever. Nobody cares. Yeah. Thanks.
Taking them down now because it's over. Again, please remember, she don't care to take them down because she's already made the money that she can make off of them. She doesn't care who she hurts in the process of doing these things. That's the problem.
Me, by the way, you just made a bunch of videos shitting on me on your channel and got like 1 billion views.
Isn't that crazy how drama works like that? Like,
See? He said you got like 1 billion. Isn't that crazy how drama works like that? Remember who's the one that put out the drama? Who's the one that did the drama? Who's the one that put out the content of the drama? Isn't it crazy how that works?
We need to have.
I just want to get into drama with.
We need to have fake dramas.
Sometimes I just want to get into drama, and then he says we need to do fake dramas. Well, again, I'm telling y'all, whoever comes to watch this, they're fans of H3. I appreciate it. I'm full transparency though. I don't watch H3 podcasts. I have having to do some of these clips to kind of highlight this motherfucker, but like they don't really do things. Again, hey, to each is their own. People that love them, great. Nothing to shame. I don't believe anybody should be silenced. I'm one of those. It's real easy to click off a video. The reason why I will continue to highlight this person until the cows come home is because this person apparently needs a reality check where they continuously do things to other people. And if they're, I'm going to shut up because this gets under my damn skin.
I don't like it with you guys though, because you guys are like,
we're family
close.
now.
Yeah, we are. It's pretty crazy.
But that's why it's so good.
I feel so bougie. I'll tell people. So everyone loved this jacket, my nail artist, my hair, and everyone liked it. And I was like, yeah, my future sister-in-law designed it. She's like, how did they get the Care Bears? They were so.
Now look at my future sister-in-law designed it. Now we could wind back time and now listen to what she said about her, calling her F and B and shit on air and all this other stuff.
Like impressed, like people who don't know, which is impressive anyway.
By the way, and you see the little custom buttons too?
Yeah, this
like
is
the
dope.
The custom, those are custom.
We loved the tag that came with it. The tag was like so good quality. I should get the tag. I have the tag at home. Like the little.
Hold, give me 2 seconds. Now I played all this so we can have a little refresher course. Again, remember that video was back in February. This is now, we're into June. After she said, oh, I'm not going to complain. And thanks to Kobe U, I borrowed this from them because they had a really good clip of what happened here. This is in June. 4 months later. Versus the video she did before where she said, I'm never going to say another word. I can't believe you're paying me for the merch. I didn't expect that from you. Because you're the one that invested all the money and it's your crew. That same person, different outfit.
You do and stuff like that, but it's also like not that great. I don't get input on like people we hire, like all this stuff like that. I don't get
people we hire. Why would I ask you about people I hire?
Because it's frenemies and you take the budget for paying the crew. That's what you told me. You take highlights, you take 5% to pay the crew.
No,
so why don't I get any input on the crew or what we do?
These are employees of our
So why are you taking highlights and 5% of frenemies? You told me that it was to pay them, that they could be working
for production costs.
Okay, but you told me
it's for
at the
production
beginning.
Costs.
You told me at the beginning it's like they could be working on other things. So I made that argument too. I'm like, well, they're already H3. Oh, they could be working on other things. So I'm like, okay, in that case,
for production costs. I take 5% extra from the podcast revenue, and I take the highlights revenue, and everything else we split.
Right. So for production costs.
Yeah.
But again, you were about to move us all to downtown LA, and I was just like, but the production cost should be included.
Yeah.
Like you were going to share the cameras because Dan said, oh, we have to get new computers and new cameras. Well, I'm like, front of me has the budget. And I obliged
you. I said, okay, fine.
But you fought me on it.
Because we bought a studio downtown. That was always the plan, by the way, that we were going to move downtown. And then all of a sudden, I was like, yo, and I was like, yo, we're moving. I told you ahead of time, but it's fine because
you didn't tell.
And I don't think I have to explain this to you guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm living in 10 feet of water and I'm being held under, and like I'm down here by myself because I have to watch some of this content in order to put something together where it feels like you feel like you're in crazy town. Do you know what I mean? So this is like you walking into, I don't know, Apple, I'll just say the Apple store. Everybody knows what that is. Right. And Apple has their entire company established. They've been running for 20 years. They decided to sign on a sponsor that they want to highlight some of their products so they can generate sales for the new iPhone. Okay. And so you're going to bring this person in once a week to do a show that will promote your whatever. And then that person comes in and says, well, I want to have say in who hires on the crew. I want to have say in who we hire, who we fire, and everything else that we do. You know what Apple's going to do? Apple's going to be like, well, it was nice that we were trying to pay you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over these last few months. There's the door. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? What's the amount of I don't know. It's like her. This will be funny. It's like her going into that on that Keemstar podcast and telling that the people that work at that podcast that she should have input on who's running the cameras while she's there as a guest.
Tell me downtown
LA. We're still at my house now, but I said okay. So I was like, yo, by the way, we moved into our new office. We're going to be there next week. It's good. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to go down there. And but we had made all these plans to move the set and everything and to do everything. So you're like, I don't want to go down there. And then we talked about it for a little bit. And I said, okay, fine. And so we had to buy.
But that was the first time we ever spent money on production costs.
It's not about that, dude. It's literally about we are producing the show and I'm taking a cut. I feel like that's beyond reasonable.
All the highlights.
Reasonable.
5%. 5%. Do you realize how much 5% was of our last one? That should be.
Remember, this is how much 5% of our last one. Remember, this is the chick back in February that said it was pocket change. Like she thought her check was going to be bigger. Then when he said he was going to give her money for the merch, all of a sudden she had nothing to complain about. She wasn't going to say anything else. Fast forward 4 months. Now all of a sudden 5% is massive. Either this is drama that they've talked about before, stirring up to try and get views or whatever. I will tell you, if it was just her, I would almost put some put some dirt on that plant, okay, because it's her. But the reason why I don't think that makes sense, because it's the both of them, because this was a pretty highly successful podcast, right? It was generating a lot of income for H3H3. I don't see Ethan, that half of these two, as saying, yes, let's throw that out the window. Let's take a gamble and end it. I don't see that happening. If it was just her, shit, she can run anything she's a part of. But him, I don't see him being a part of that. So I've kind of just discounted that theory.
Enough, but also like highlights, and then you weren't, the membership had to fight for because you weren't, oh, I forgot to tell you about the members. Like,
I giving you 50% of all the members, even though we work and do all of the work. I don't know why you fight me on money. The deal you have is beyond reasonable.
Okay.
No, but I feel like a lot of frustration you have about everything with.
And remember, he gives her half of, I think I've said this before, no one, he gives her half of all the members for the whole channel. Like the members that they have for every day that they do a show, she gets a portion of the members that have joined that channel. I wonder if there's not some kind of contract drawn up to where she's still getting some of that money. I wonder until that runs out. I don't know. That's up to him to disclose, but it wouldn't shock me.
What's that?
Frustrated. When I'm bringing stuff up, you get defensive. I'm not frustrated. I'm pointing out these things because I would like to know. I just want everything to be a lot more transparent, because I'm like, what are the production costs?
Can't be more transparent.
Can you show me all the costs of production?
It's not like an itemized thing. We are doing the show. That's the cost.
So if you don't think 5% is like enough for the producing the show,
5% and the highlights was what we agreed to at the beginning, and that's what it is.
Oh my God. Okay, if you think that's what it's worth, okay.
It's worth more than that, to be honest.
And remember, he did share the DMs where he was talking to her about it. She's, oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I think that her viewership went down on her own channel, and now she can't get as many in Birkin bag. And now she's, now this greedy bitch wants every damn piece of blood she can squeeze out of that turnip.
All right.
You're getting a very generous deal. And the sponsors that that we work to get, right? We do all the work to bring the sponsors.
I mean, I had 50%. All of Adam and Eve for the first like 20 shows. So I mean, I appreciate what you do, but don't act like I don't bring it. I brought.
Yeah, you brought Adam and Eve, and so that was one sponsor we worked with.
That's all we had for the first like.
And now we have tons of sponsors every episode, because it takes time, obviously, to get the show up and pitching, and you get 50% of all of that. I feel like the deal you get is super fair. And I feel like you're gaslighting me, to be honest, saying that you're not like frustrated about that.
But I'm not.
Because it really is a source of like every time something comes up where it's like, I hired somebody or this, that, and like, oh, you don't do that much on the show.
I'm bringing attention to it. I'm not upset. I would text you. I would tell you if I was. It always
comes down to, oh, you get this extra 5%. And so
because you're saying, why should I get an input on the employees? That's what you said. And
because
you brought up to me
they don't just work on frenemies, they're my employees.
Okay, but when I said that to you originally, you said, oh, we pay the employees, they could be working on other things. So why don't we have frenemies employees and I get input if we're spending 5% of the budget towards them?
Like, we've seen enough of that. It makes my head hurt. And close it out. I'm going to love this one, this TikTok channel. I'm going to show the contradictions of Trisha. I had to freeze this and take a screen grab, which, let me tell you something, it took me a second to freeze it on that spot. But I found this interesting too, that was in this. Look at the date here, May 16th of 2019. Okay, so 2 years. This woman has been wrapped in controversy forever. So again, she goes and tries to highlight that she's changed so much and everything's in her past and all this. This is in May 16th, 2019. All I keep hearing about is how evil and what a liar I am. I refuse to watch any videos, but I'll make one bet or money or whatever that's supposed to be. That laughs out loud. Tell me all the lies I'm telling and I'll address them in a video and go make sure to use Trisha Paytas so I can find them and go. Let's cancel me. And then drops down here. You said you dated Fabio in a tweet, and in your Hawaii vlog, you said you didn't know him. And then they dropped this. Look at this, 7/20/2014. Hot guys are always with not so hot girls. It's kind of awesome. I dated Fabio when I was 19, and everyone probably said that about me too. Okay, you want to see, again, love this dude. Here's that video.
Fabio over there. He's so serious, but also so nice. I never want to vlog around him because I get like a little intimidated because like I told him, you know what, when we were in the bed, we're doing like this bed scene, and it's like I'm awkward anyways with people because I'm like, you don't know someone and you're just like, this is awkward. I'm weird. I don't feel like I'm sexy. I was like, no, I said, you don't understand, like in the Midwest. I said, we saw you on those commercials, and I was like, we didn't think people look like that. I was like, who looks like that? I told him the whole thing. I fangirled a little bit. Now we know Fabio, so.
Now we know Fabio. I had to act like she
Now
knew
we know
him.
Fabio.
If anybody ever put this mofo in a daggum video, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm gonna play some. These are awesome, by the way.
Why is that a problem?
I don't know. Everything
This
was
is
a problem
all-
once the show
we go
ended.
back.
He was
This
like,
is where she talks about. I think
he said I
Ethan-
made fun of him for his Tourette's when they were clearly jokes.
Why is that a problem?
I don't know. Everything was a problem once the show ended. He was like, "Oh, she's anti-Semitic and she made fun of my Tourette's." When
He had Tourette's?
yeah, he has like Tourette's, but I didn't make fun of him. Like it's the same way
Oh.
he called me
Does he
fat.
really have, or is he just saying that to just be cool?
No,
like
I
he
think
thinks
he
it's
really-
great to be like woke or
I
something.
think he really has Tourette's.
Okay, well then that's a real problem.
Yeah, of course. But once that show ended, it's like she's anti-Semitic. She made fun
Sure.
of my Tourette's. So now I'm like an ableist.
Yeah.
But it's not Tourette's. Tourette's is like when you.
I have
screw
Tourette's
things.
syndrome.
No, Tourette's is when you're like, fuck this, isn't that Tourette's? I love having a friend with Tourette's because now I can like have a soapbox or something. Oh, your TikTok should be about having Tourette's.
He
and,
treats them
you-
like
I don't
pets.
want my whole
Like,
existence to be
I love
defined
to
by
have
the
a
guy with
Jewish
Tourette's.
friend.
That's
and
what you gotta
Tourette's,
do. You
but
gotta
with
like
Tourette's.
go for a thing that people will feel sorry for you for.
the
Why
show
am I looking
together.
at you as
I'll
like
go
this
for
god?
something-
Because you're just
I'll
as.
go for something that people feel sorry
He
for.
said
me
I made fun of him for his Tourette's when they were clearly.
I'll go for something that people feel sorry for me for. She tells you exactly what she's made of. I mean, it's not a joke. She thinks it's all a joke. They're like collectibles. I'll collect all these people and surround myself with them so I can not look as effing crazy as I do.
Tourette's.
Okay, well then that's a real problem.
Yeah, of course. But once
Yeah,
that show
but
ended,
you
it's
know
like
what
she's
I said?
anti-Semitic. She made fun
Sure.
of my Tourette's. So now I'm like an ableist.
Yeah.
But it's not Tourette's. Tourette's is like when you.
I have
screw
Tourette's
things.
syndrome.
No, Tourette's is when you're like, fuck this, isn't that Tourette's?
Wow.
I love having a friend with Tourette's because now I can like have a soapbox or something. Oh, your TikTok should be about having Tourette's and like
I don't want my whole existence to be defined by the guy with Tourette's.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta like go for a thing that people will feel sorry for you for.
the
Why am
show
I looking
together.
at you as like this god? Because you're just as messed up as me. I mean, you got Tourette's, so you got something
It's like
wrong with your
OCD.
brain
It's like
too.
OCD.
So your brain is not wired all the way, right?
What? Yes.
It's like blind
My-
leading the blind. Like you're not. You
Yes,
can see
it's
clear.
the blind leading the blind. Damn.
Why are you so much better than me? Your bread has Tourette's. It's kind of funny. That's like your physical. That's like the bread's version of your hand. Knowing that we're like cool and friends, like it's fun to have someone like Tourette's. Just like Moses is like my Middle Eastern. I never had a friend with Tourette's though, so I do think it's kind of cool because it's like fun. We can make Tourette jokes about the bread and stuff.
She's
I mean, you're making all the jokes.
Oh, our waiter told us Tourette's TikTok is a big thing right now. I forgot to tell you. You need to
I'm
get
not.
on it.
I'm not
What?
participating in that.
It's people trying to finish a sentence and they can't do
But
it.
that's not. I don't have that issue.
But just maybe something with your hand, just put it on TikTok. Maybe write something and see if you can write a word down without doing that.
Come on, I'm not like a fucking like paraplegic.
You know, buddy, tweak my nipples.
Oh my god, it sounds like you have actual Tourette's. I know I always bring this up, but it does sound like you have Tourette's when you're screaming like that.
I mean, this is
Fucking
just some
mother
shitty ass
piece of
listicle website.
frickin' crap.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Tourette's are strong
It's
today.
not Tourette's. Stop.
It is because you can't control it. You
Oh my
literally
God, how
can't
do you
control.
know? You don't know anything.
I know because you can't stop. I'm like, okay, stop worrying about advertising. Just keep going with that.
Because it's funny. Stop. You're out of line.
Smoke that weed, baby.
Yeah.
It's fucking 420.
He has Tourette's?
Yeah, smoke
I
that
don't know
weed,
what
I
God.
think he definitely has
Yeah,
Tourette's.
Just
fucking
stop. You don't know
420,
He
anything
is?
about
Are you
Tourette's.
kidding me?
baby.
Yeah, it's fucking 4.
He doesn't have Tourette's.
Fuck. I'm ready to see those
There's
pussy
something
boys
wrong
on
with him.
Monday.
No one does-
Fucking Monday.
Can't you just enjoy the video? Why do you need to diagnose his mental illness?
So low blow. That's like retardation, not to be mean.
Wait, you just called her retarded.
You called Dixie mental retardation, which is like a lot of people think that's crossing the line.
I have, mental illness. I have some form of retardation in me. I don't think to me it's not an offensive word. I was just like, oh, there's something off. So I was like, oh, she danced to the N word in 2020 when it just felt like an off thing. After I got out of the ER, I didn't know what to do. I felt so crippled, but people love a crippled in bed, so it was fine. It's kind of like fucking a dead person. So now I'm like an ableist.
kind of like effing a dead person. Talking about trying to get Ethan to put something on TikTok with his hand because Tourette's was trending. And anybody getting the clue here who we're dealing with? Again, I'm going to highlight, if Trisha or anybody ever sends her this whole shit about this is in my past or people dragging shit up in my past. Bitch, this shit was in this damn year. Stop acting like you don't know what the hell is wrong with everybody because they're sick of your bullshit. Here, here's the last one I think he's put up since
To me, it's
although this is her fake panic thing. This was hilarious. I might have to boost the
My name is
volume.
Trisha, and I can't stop tanning. To me, it's almost disgusting if someone doesn't have a little color because the sun is healthy. Be tan, we're in California. It's such a bad reflection, I think, of the state and just of people in general. If the one unhealthy thing that I do is going to kill me, then, oh well. Everyone's going to die. I'm just going to die extremely hot.
A lot of people have accused me of doing blackface. I mean, James Charles and then all these other TikToks bringing up some old photos of me, like those. I had a really bad addiction to tanning, and I know that sounds silly to a lot of people, but I was actually on the first season of my strange addiction for tanning, and it was a real psychological problem. It really did go too far, to the point where my organs were being damaged, and I had to have skin cancer in me removed. So this wasn't blackface. This is a really emotionally damaged person covering up her lack of identity through tanning. I wasn't trying to be black. I was just trying so hard to change everything about who I was.
For the record, I am not addicted to tanning.
Mhm.
Wink. They were looking for people who had a passion for something, who loved doing something. They didn't make it seem like so serious as they did on the show. They made it seem like it was going to be a fun show. It turned out totally different. They really kind of weren't upfront with what they were doing with the show, and the crying at the end of it was not the reason you think it was on the show. It's called editing, and that show was a little sneaky. So I love tan. I have a passion for it. I'm not addicted to it. My strange addiction was the same way. They were super shady. I had a different understanding of what it was supposed to be than what it was. They were super shady. They edit so much out that I say. They take so much out of context. I have a food addiction, but I don't have problems with tanning. The report said she hasn't missed a day in a decade. Clearly, I haven't tanned every single day, and that's just so bizarre that they even worded it like that. I literally did it because I thought it was going to shed a new light on this whole tanning thing and the negative connotations. My student addiction, they didn't show this, but they had a girl come in who had skin cancer, and that's kind of where the scrape it off came from, because that was her words. She said that they had to scrape off skin because it was like level 1. My mom and I have both gotten checked out before. We're fully aware of what to look out for with skin cancer.
Yeah, if a show wanted me on, I would like make up something to get on the show. Like literally, like my strange addiction. I was like on the first episode ever.
tanning.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't even know what the show was. They just asked if people had addictions like me, and then I said I was like a tanning addict.
You were on a show, right? A show like My Strange Addiction.
Oh yeah, but that was bullshit. I've been addicted, but definitely not to tanning. I just did it to get on the show.
You faked the tanning addiction.
For sure. Yeah.
Anyway,
I
here,
had a
watch
really
this.
bad addiction to tanning, and I know that sounds silly to a lot of people, but I
Trisha, I'm not trying to start anything.
Oh no.
Watch,
Wait.
watch, no.
Gives me anxiety.
Stop, watch.
Well, I mean, I've been addicted, but definitely not to tanning. I just did it to get on the show because it was like new, and they're like, we're looking for people with addictions, and I was like, all right.
This you?
Why do you lie about shit?
It wasn't lying. That was a whole disassociation. You could just tell right away they were just not about me.
So you did have an addiction to tanning.
Of course.
Okay. Were you really addicted to tanning?
I don't remember. I think I made up, this addiction. So my mom was like, they told her to be like concerned. So my mom's like, I'm really concerned for her. She's like, I'm so concerned.
this makes me really sad. This is a really sad girl.
Arigato, senpato.
I don't even. What do you say to that shit? I mean, there it is. This is why it doesn't stop. Now, and this one right here is dangerous. And by the way, this contradiction of Trisha on TikTok is flipping amazing. I want to show this one. I hate it because I can't pause TikTok, so I apologize for that. So I'll have to like go back and then jump it back up so I can show you and start from the beginning. So I'll start it here and then I'll bump up the volume if I need
My name
to.
is Trisha, and I can't stop tanning. To me, it's almost disgusting. These are my prescription glasses. I am blind as a bat, so I do wear these for TV and driving.
I'm blind as a bat. Driving, texting.
I'm so blind. It's so bright this time of day. It's also a very tiny drive-through, and I have a very big car. I haven't always seen it. Deep fried turkey club sandwich. Honestly, fast food kind of is gross. It's not something I really crave. My whole identity is fast food. How? I love cheesy dots.
Watch her read the daggum menu.
I don't wear contacts. I can't get anything in my eye. Get
Get more contacts. Can't get anything in her eye.
Would you even turn to say I don't love you?
Can't sing with a damn.
I'm blind. I can't see people's faces until like you're up here, like really close to me. So it's funny they don't have it. Oh, iced apple crisp macchiato, pumpkin spice latte, and the pumpkin cream cold brew. It's kind of good to live that way. Actually, I like living in a blurry world. I should get LASIK, but
Or I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Are there answers on that? Because Trisha's looking at your computer.
Promise you.
Bullshit. I can read it from there.
I can't even see your face. I can't see even Ethan's face in
Okay,
front of me.
I'm just saying.
You don't believe me. I'm triggered. Are you Shane Dawson? Because I went to get the eye test. My mom took me to get an eye test. I was complaining, Mom, I think I have a headache.
You
And I
literally
faked
faked the eye test.
I saw all the things
Oh my
clearly, and I said the
gosh.
numbers wrong. So they gave me like this really big prescription, and now I can't see.
And now you have a million pair and you never wear them.
I do wear them because I really do need them. Like it's hard for me to see far away. Oh my gosh. Really? I'm so blind. These are my prescription glasses.
And again, this is the person that can't understand stuff is so far in their past that, and then the next one I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to try and highlight some of the stuff I pulled up that I found that she did in some of these relationships where, like, again, there could be a lot more to the person with besides this stuff that's going on with her. I'm just highlighting on her some of the things she said, some of the abuse she doled out, and then she always acts like she's the one that's abused. Listen, people that want to watch her can watch her, but I do not mind spending some of my time highlighting how if you have a young person or a young teenager and they need positive things in their life, or they need to make sure that whoever the content they're watching of is telling them the truth, or not trying to gaslight them or project things onto them or manipulate them in order to get YouTube views, I would highly suggest maybe directing them in another direction, because this is never ending. And if you need me to prove it, write down in the comments anything you would want me to cover. If you can provide the clips, that's really helpful. I do appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one. Oh, before I go, thank you so much too, by the way. I think I got like 500 more. So before I get to 1,000, and then I can do live streams. So thanks, guys, for all the support. I really do mean that. I appreciate it. I'm just little old me trying to add my 2 cents on this subject matter, and I appreciate you guys paying attention to it. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.